Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another Bolt Action version 3 battle report, where today we will be heading to the urban streets of a Soviet Russian city where the Soviets and the Germans will be fighting for supplies and trying to eliminate enemy targets. So, on the board, we have a lot of buildings and urban terrain, some ruins here. We'll be playing table quarters, where one side will be in that quarter, and the other will be in this table quarter. There are 4 objectives on the board. There are 2 supply depots with ammo or fuel, one here and one over here in this ruined warehouse. So those are 2 of the objectives. Also, each side will have a building that they will be trying to maintain control of, being this one and this warehouse over here. For control of those objectives, it'll be 1 victory point each at the end of the game, and then alternatively there will be 2 victory points for each tank destroyed. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the armies. And here we have 1,000 points of Soviet Union. We have here a rifle platoon, and engineer platoon, and an armored platoon. Starting off with the rifle platoon, we have an officer with man, both with SMGs, and then we have 2 8-man infantry squads with SMG sergeant and a light machine gun in each, and then one of these has a captured Panzerfaust. They are all regular. Next up, the engineer squad. We have our officer with man, both with SMGs, and then 2 5-man assault engineers. They have been upgraded with the SN-42 body armor. They all have SMGs, and then one squad has a light machine gun, while the other squad has another Panzerfaust. And then, actually, for the rifle platoon, we also have an anti-tank rifle team. And then, lastly, we have our armored platoon. We have a T-34 and a T-34 85. The 85 will be the commanding officer. And that is all regular, and that makes up the Soviet Union force. On to the Germans. And here we have 1,000 points of Germans. We have a rifle platoon and an armored platoon. Starting off with the rifle platoon, we have our officer with man, 2 7-man grenadier squads. Here, grenadier squads. They have SMG sergeant. And then we have 3 rifles, 1 with a Panzerfaust, and 2 assault rifles, and a light machine gun in each. And then next we have an 10-man here infantry squad with SMG sergeant and light machine gun, all regular. We have our sniper team and a half-track for support or transport. Lastly, the armored platoon, we have our Tiger tank and the Panzer IV with the light howitzer. The Tiger tank is the officer. And that is 1,000 points of Germans. So with that, let's go ahead and deploy and begin the battle. Alright, so before we begin, the Soviets will be on this table quarter, while the Germans are on that table quarter. So we will begin shortly by pulling dice. We'll bring out half our force on turn 1. The rest can come on in turn 2 and onwards. And then also, if I didn't already say, the Soviet assault engineers are veteran. Just them. So, with that, let's go ahead and begin with the first die. And the first die is Germans. Alright, and with that, first turn is done. There was no action. We just placed our first wave on the table. So, for the Soviets, I ran an infantry squad over here towards the supply depot, along with an engineer squad. And then the other two, I have an infantry squad over here behind this building with the anti-tank rifle. And that is it for the Soviets. As for the Germans, she brought an infantry squad on her quarter with an officer, and then the Tiger tank on her right flank. And lastly, who else did you put down?
My sniper team.
And the sniper team behind the water cistern. And that brings us to round 2. First die. First die is Soviets. Alright, we're going to go ahead and activate, we're going to do the assault engineers. We're just going to advance them forward 6 inches to head towards the supply cache. And that's where they ended up, making their way towards the ruined factory. Next die. Germans. Alright. What are we thinking?
I'm gonna move these guys into this building.
Okay. Infantry squad heading into the objective building. Alright, and her infantry team makes their way into this building. They are technically on the first floor, but that roof doesn't come up, so that's where they are for now. So, on the first floor, looking out through that door and these windows here. Next die was Soviets, so I'm going to try and bring out my T-34. It's an 8, that'll do it. And he will be advancing on the board, and we're going to shoot at that building. And that's where the T-34 ended up on the road there, and it's going to fire the coaxial and turret-mounted medium machine guns into this building. So this will be 5's a hit. And we got 2. And then 4 to take a man out. Got 2. And then that'll be 4 up cover save. Oh, failed 2. So that's 2 casualties right off the rip and a pin marker. Nice. Good shooting for the tank. And then we'll move on to the next die. Alright, next die is Germans. She's going to attempt to bring in her half-track with a squad inside of it. With a 6, that'll do it. And they will come onto the board. Alright, and she ran her half-track onto the board, taking a risk, bringing it out in the open street like that. And the next die was the Soviets. So I'm going to try to bring in my other T-34 and try and take a shot at that half-track with some armor penetration. 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, lucky. Lucky, lucky for the half-track. Alright, next die. Next die is Soviets as well. We'll go ahead and bring in one of my officers. For a 6, that'll do it. Alright. There is my officer on the board. And then next die was Germans, at which point she brought her Grenadier squad out of the half track, making their way towards the supply depot. Next die. Next die is Germans as well. What are we thinking?
I'm gonna move this tiger tank.
Advancing or running?
I'm gonna run.
Alright, running the tiger. And that's where the tiger tank ended up, looking into the ruined factory, the supply depot. And then next two die were Soviets, so I put my anti-tank gun on ambush. And now I'm going to try and bring out my other engineer team, or squad. For a 6, that'll do it. And there's the engineer squad making their way down the street. Next eye is German. She's going to try and bring out her other Panzer IV. For an 8, that'll do it. Alright, so she rolls the Panzer IV onto the board, and was about to take a shot at my infantry over here, but I went ahead and sprung my ambush with the anti-tank gun, and we're going to fire on that Panzer. So this will be a 4 to hit, and a 5 will do it. And then this is +2 penetration for our armor 9 tank. So it won't do anything. Yep. To an 8. So it'll just put a pin on that, which will help in this round of shooting from the Panzer. Alright, with that pin on the Panzer, she's going to fire her medium machine guns, the coaxial and the turret mounted, into my infantry squad. So that'll be 8 shots. Hitting on 6s. And that's 1. And this will be a 4 up. Take a man out. Got him. Alright. One guy goes down and a pin on that infantry squad. Next die. Next die is Soviets. And we are going to bring in my last officer. Or not. Next time. Soviets again. Alright, we will go ahead and we're going to run this infantry squad into the ruins. With a 6, 7, with a pen, that'll pass. Alright, and that's where the infantry squad ended up, stopping at the edge of the rubble because of the rough terrain. And then next up was Germans. She went ahead and ran her sniper forward, right up next to the culvert. Next die. Next die is Germans as well. Advancing or running the officer?
I'm just gonna advance them, get them closer to here, but I can't put them in the same building as these guys, right?
Not until they go to the 2nd floor.
Okay.
Alright, advancing the officer. And there's the officer behind the objective building. Next die was Soviets. I went ahead and ran my infantry squad that was behind this building towards my objective over here. And then last die is the Germans to bring, and she's going to attempt to bring out her last Grenadier squad. And a 5 will do it. Coming on the board. And that's where she brought in her squad, running forward towards the supply depot. And then with that, we go to round 3. And the first die is Soviets. Alright. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Alright, and with my first die, I'm activating my T-34. We're gonna go ahead and fire the anti-tank gun into the Panzer back there behind the building. They'll get hard cover. And then the coaxial will fire into the building. So, anti-tank first. This will be a 3 to hit. And a 5 will do it. This will be +5 penetration. For 9, that is a minimal, a superficial hit. But you get a 4-up cover save. No. Alright. And a 3 turret jam. Okay. We'll double check the rest of those rules there. See what all that entails. But then 3 coaxial shots into the building. This will be 4s. For 2. 4-up to hit. For 1. 4-up cover save. Made it. Just a pin. Bringing them 2 pins. And then we'll go on to the next die. Alright, and here we are advancing into the Rebel next to the supply depot, and then we're going to fire at that sniper team. So we have 5 rifle shots and 4 light machine gun shots hitting on 5s. Not bad. That's actually pretty good. All but 3. And then 4 to take them out. For 2. And then that'll be a 4-up cover save with hard cover from the water cistern. Made 1, save 1. So 1 guy goes down, and then it's a pin, and then an order test. See if he sticks around. 8. 9 just makes it. Alright. Now that, we'll go to the next die. Next die was Germans, so she advanced her Grenadier squad into the alley, and then she could see at least one of my guys here, and so she decided to shoot at them, and the light machine gun is the only one that is in range. So this will be 5 shots hitting on 5s. For 1 hit, and then this will be a 6 to take him out because of the body armor, and he's a veteran. Nope, just a pin. Next die. Next die is Germans as well. And with the German die, she ran her half track down this way through that alleyway. Next die. Next die is Soviets. Alright, we're going to attempt to bring out my other T-34 for an 8. That'll do it. And he will advance and shoot that Panzer down there. And here we are with the T-34. This will be a 5 to hit on the Panzer. Ooh, and a 6 will do it. And this is +6 penetration. For 6, 7, 8, 9. That's another superficial hit. And this is a 4 engine damage. Oof. Let's see here. The vehicle engine or transmission are damaged and it loses power. Add 1 additional pin marker to the vehicle. The vehicle receives a slow rule for the rest of the game. If the vehicle had the fast rule, it loses it. Alright, so you're considered slow now, and then you got an additional pin marker. So not out yet. And then The coaxial is firing into the building over here. So this will be 5s as well. For 1. 4 to take a man out. Nothing. Just a pin on that squad as well. And then we go to the next die, which is Germans. Alright, next die is Germans. She went ahead and advanced her Tiger tank forward and then through this little hole doorway here, which we went ahead and allowed. She was just able to see the T-34 over here, so she's going to take a shot of that on a 5 to hit. I will get hard cover though. And a 3 misses, unfortunately. Next die. Next die is Germans. Alright, next die was Germans, so she went ahead and activated her officer. She's going to do a snap orders. Actually, before that, she activated these guys who moved forward to the supply depot, and then the next die was Germans, which she then activated the officer. She's doing a snap orders to fire with this infantry squad and to rally with the Panzer. So you want to start with first?
The infantry.
Okay. Order test. That's a 9, 10, 11, 12. Back down to 10 with the officer. That is a fail. They go down. Alright, and then a rally for the Panzer. With a 5, that'll do it. They'll lose their pens. On to the next die. Alright, next die were the Soviets. So I advanced my engineer team towards the rubble factory, and then I got the next die as well. So I went ahead and activated my officer. He's going to do a snap orders on the anti-tank team and the engineer team. So anti-tank team is going to take another shot at the Panzer. Put another pin on it. This will be a 4 to hit. And that'll do it. No penetration for that with a +2, so just a pin on the Panzer. And then we'll do an order test for the engineers. And that'll pass. They will advance forward. And there's the engineers. Next die was Germans. She's going to go ahead and activate the sniper, who's going to take a shot at my engineers. So order test. That will be an 8, 9. That'll pass. And then this will be a 5 to hit. Or might have been a 4 to hit because it's a sniper.
It's still.
Regardless, 1 will miss. Alright, next die.
Looks like it's just you.
Just me. Okay, I got my officer and my infantry squad, so we'll do the officer first, try and bring him in. For an 8, that'll do it. So he'll come running onto the board, and then we will run this infantry squad forward across the street. Alright, ran my officer over here to back up this objective, and then my infantry team ran across the street on the side of this building to put some pressure on this objective. And with that, we go to round 4. And the first die is Soviets. Perfect. I'm going to have to think real hard on this. Alright, for my first activation, I've decided to activate this infantry squad over here. We're going to fire the Panzerfaust into the Tiger tank side, and then everything else is going to be firing into this building. So this will be a 4 to hit with the Panzerfaust. I believe she will get hard cover for firing through the rubble, intervening terrain, and all that. So 4 to hit. And that misses. That sucks. Alright, and then 4 to hit for the rest of the shots into the infantry. for 3 hits. 4 to take them out. For 2, that'll be 2 4-up cover saves. For 1, so 1 casualty and a pin. On to the next die. Next die was Germans, so she advanced her Grenadier squad forward further into the alleyway and is going to fire into my Engineer squad. So all that was in range or could see is 2 rifles and the light machine gun hitting on 5s. For 2. And then 6s to take a man out. For nothing, just a pin. Alright, next die. Next die is Germans as well. And for the Germans, she activated her Tiger tank, which advanced forward and is going to fire into my T-34-85. So this will be a 5 to hit. Oh, and that hits with a 6. And then I believe it's a it's the +7 penetration for the super heavy anti-tank. We'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Go ahead and roll. That's a 4. So that'll definitely do full damage regardless. Go ahead and roll. And that is a dead T-34 and 2 points to the Germans. Next die. Next die was Soviets, so I went ahead and activated my T-34 and we're gonna take a shot, return fire at that Tiger tank. This will be a 3 to hit. And that just hits. This is +5 penetration. Ooh, that is a 9. Yep, 9. That is not enough. Just a pin on the Tiger tank as the round bounces off the hull. Next die. Actually, we'll go ahead and fire the coaxial into that building there for 4+. For 2. And 2 casualties for 2 4-up cover saves. Oh, 2 more and a pin. And we'll go to the next die. Alright, next die was Germans. We went ahead and went back and let the Tiger tank shoot the coaxial on it, putting a pin on this anti-tank rifle. And then we moved on. She's going to activate the other Panzer. So order test. It's a 4-5 with a pin, that'll pass, and then she's gonna fire my anti-tank rifle. Are we shooting the howitzer or the medium machine gun?
I believe I need the howitzer one, right?
You can do that or the medium machine gun.
I want to do the howitzer.
Okay, so 1 shot. This will be hitting on a 4. Oh, and that hits. Alright, that'll hit both of them, so 2 dice, taking them out on 2s, I believe. Got them both. Alright, yeah, they're gone. Go ahead and pull a die out for them. And then we'll move to the next one. Next die is Soviets. Next up for the Soviets, I went ahead and activated this infantry squad. They're going to assault the half-track. So the half-track won't be able to make any reaction fire. So I'm just rolling to hit, and if I do hit, it is automatically destroyed for being open top. So need that 4, and that'll do it. Half track is destroyed, and we'll go ahead and move those models forward. That will make them vulnerable to fire, but I'll take it. Alright, next die was Germans. She went ahead and activated her Grenadier squad that are going to fire into that alleyway on my infantry. So we have 2 assault rifles, SMG shots, light machine gun, and 3 rifles, all hitting on 4s.
I think it's just 4.
Got 2 over here. About almost half. Alright, and then 4s take man out. 4, 5. Alright, and then that's 5 hardcover shot saves. So 4s. Ooh, and I made 4 of them, taking 1 wound and a pin on that infantry squad. Next die. And next die is Soviets. We'll see what I do. Alright, next die was Soviets. I went ahead and activated my engineer squad. They advanced forward into the rubbled factory. Thought about taking a shot at the Tiger tank, but I figured I'd wait a turn to get at better odds. And then I got the next die as well, so I'm going to go ahead and advance my other engineer squad over on this end. So, order test. The 10 plus 1 is 11. With the officer next to them, they will pass. So they're going to go ahead and advance forward and shoot at that grenadier squad if they're in range. Alright, advancing the engineers forward, and then the only thing that was in range is my light machine gun into that grenadier squad in the alleyway. So, speed 5's it. Oh, nothing. Alright, next die. Next die is Germans. Alright, for the Germans, she rallied her infantry squad in the building. And then got the next dice as well. So she's going to activate her sniper to try to take out my engineer. So, order test. It's a 5. That'll pass. And then this will be a 4 to hit. Oh, and that misses. That's unfortunate. Next die. Next die is Soviets. What do I have left? I think it's just my officers. So we'll go ahead and advance my officer here forward. And that's where I ended up. And then the next 2 dice for our 2 remaining officers. I advanced my other officer over here towards the objective building, and then she went down with her officer. And with that, we go to round 5. And the first die of round 5 is Soviets. Perfect. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fire the T-34 into the Tiger. This will be a 3 to hit. And that hits. Plus 5 penetration. Bounces off. Just a pin. And then we'll do the coaxial medium machine gun into the building here. 4s. 2 hits. 4s take them out for 1. 1 4-up cover save. Nope, just one more casualty and a pin. Next die, Soviets again. Perfect. We are going to fire with my last Panzerfaust and the engineer squad into the Tiger tank. So I'm going to go ahead and measure that and make sure, and then we'll roll. Alright, that Panzerfaust is in range, so this will be a 4 to hit on the Tiger tank. And that is a miss. That sucks. Alright, next die. Next die is Germans. Alright, with the Germans, she advanced her Grenadier squad forward and is going to fire into my engineers. So, we have light machine gun shots with some rifles hitting on 5s. For 4 hits. And then 6s to take them out. Ooh, for 2. Ouch. No saves for that. Okay. And then the rest of the assault rifles and SMG shots hitting on 4s. For 4. And 6s to take a man out as well. Nothing. Alright, just 2 and a pin. That still hurt. Next die. Germans as well. Alright, next up for the Germans, she activated her Grenadier squad by the supply depot. They advanced, moving forward a little bit, getting within point blank range of my infantry squad. So we'll be starting with the rifles and light machine guns hitting on 3s. For 4 hits. 4s take man out. For 3. Okay. Mark that down. Because we will get hard cover for this. And then 2 SMG shots hitting on 2s. Both hit. 4s take man out. 2 more. Bringing it to 5 hits. For 5 wounds. And then 4 assault rifle shots hitting on 4s. And that's 3 hits. 4s take a man out. For 1 more for a total of 6. Alright, let's go ahead and give me some dice. So this will be 6 4-up hardcover saves. For just 1 fail, taking 1 casualty and another pin.
That's lucky.
Yes, it is. I'll take it. Alright, next die. Next up for the Soviets, I'm going to advance my engineer squad. With a 4, 5, 6, 7 with the pin as a pass. And they will advance forward, hopefully getting in within point blank range to fire at that Grenadier squad. And that's where the engineers ended up after advancing forward, and they're going to unload all their shots into that Grenadier squad. So we got 4 SMG shots hitting on 2s with the point blank for 3. 4s take them out for 1. And then we have 4 light machine gun shots hitting on 3s. For all of them. 4s take them out. For 3. For a total of 4 casualties to the Grenadiers. And a pin. And a morale check. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They pass. And then we'll move on to the next die. Next die is Soviets, so I'm going to go ahead and activate my infantry squad over here. They're going to fire back into the Grenadiers. So, order test. That's a 3 plus 2 is a 5. That'll pass, bringing them down to 1 pin. And then we'll do some shooting. Alrighty, we have 4 rifles, 4 light machine gun shots, and 2 SMG shots into the Grenadiers. Hitting on 3s with the point blank range and the pin. Pretty good, all but 3. And then 4s to take a man out. For a total of 4 wounds. And then that'll be 4 4-up cover saves. for 2. So taking 2 casualties and a pin. And then we will move on to the next die. Next up for the Germans, she's going to activate the Tiger Tank from order test. It's an 8, 9, 10. I think it passes if they get their own buff, which I believe they do. I'm always forgetting this rule. Let me double check. Alright, they get their buff, so that passes, and she's going to shoot at my T-34. This will be a 4 to hit. Oh, and it bounces off with a 3. That's unfortunate. Next die. Next die is Germans. Next up for the Germans, she's going to activate the Panzer IV over here for an order test. And that's a 4, plus 1 for the pin, passes, and then she's going to advance the Panzer. Alright, Panzer IV rolls up the road and then shifts the direction so that jam turret can fire at my T-34. This will be a 5 to hit with the howitzer, and it misses. Alright, next die. Next die is Soviets. Alright, for my Soviets, I just ran my officer into the building over here. And then next die was Germans. She passed her order test for these guys in the building, which are now going to fire into my infantry squad here. They will get a 3-up cover save because they are in rubble and they have not activated yet. So we got 4 light machine gun shots and a rifle shot hitting on 4s. For just 2. 4s take a man out. For 2. 2 3-up cover saves. Made them both. So just a pin. Next die. Next die is Soviets. Alright, next up for the Soviets, I'm going to go ahead and return fire with this infantry squad into the building. So, order test. 6, 7, 8 with the pin. That'll pass. Let's gather some dice. Alright, 4 light machine gun shots and 4 rifle shots into the building. Hitting on 4s. For 4 hits. 4s take them out. For just 1. 1 4-up cover save. Nope. 1 more down and a pin. Next die. Next die is Germans. She's going to activate her sniper. Who are we shooting at?
These guys.
Assault engineers. Okay. This will be a 4 to hit. Got it with a 5. And then a 3 to take them out. Or not a 3. So they're 6 with the body armor, so 5s. So that will miss. They are veterans. Okay. But that does put a pin on them. Germans again.
I think it's just my officer.
Officer, what's he doing?
He's gonna go down for now.
Okay. Officer goes down. And then it's my officer. We are going to... We're going to go down as well. And then that is it. So with that, we go to round 6. And the first round of die 6, or turn 6 is... Soviets. Perfect. Alright. We're going to do this before I don't have a chance. We're going to fire with the T-34 into the Panzer. Better chance of killing that than the Tiger. So this will be a 3 to hit. 6 will do it. And then +5 penetration.
8.
8. Not enough to penetrate the hull of the Panzer. 1 pin on the Panzer. And then coaxial into the building. 4s, nothing. Next die. Big old whiff for the Soviets. Soviets get the next die as well, and we are going to activate this infantry squad over here. We are going to assault the Grenadier squad with an 8, 9 order test. That'll pass, and they will go charging in. All right. Soviets go charging in down the alleyway, assaulting the Grenadiers. I have 1 SMG in the squad, so they will have the tough fighter rule, giving them a reroll, while the Grenadiers have 3 assault weapons in their squad, so they have 3 rerolls. So my reroll will be the red die, while her rerolls are the green die. So it's happening at the same time, both needing 4s to take a man out. That's a reroll with red. Nothing. I have 2. She has 2. And rerolling her green. Nothing. Oh, okay. So we both lose 2, and then we go for another round of combat. Alright, 4 left for me, 1 assault weapon, 3 left for her, 2 assault weapons. Needing 4s. I got 2 plus a reroll. Nothing. So I got 2 and she got 3. So that'll do it. Down to 1 man for her squad. But she manages to survive, taking me out. And there's the lone survivor holding the supply depot. And then the Soviets got the next die, so I'm going to go ahead and advance this other engineer squad forward and fire into her Grenadiers. Alright, there's the engineers after advancing forward. Hopefully if we go to another round, I can go down the alley and take out that objective. So, we have 2 SMG shots and then 4 light machine gun shots into the Grenadiers. It'll be 3s for the light machine guns shots. Those are the red dice. And then 2s for the black dice, the SMGs at point blank range. Alright, 2 hits. 4s take them out for 1. 1 in the pin. And then we'll go to the next die. Alright, next up was the Germans. She passed a round test on these guys here in the building, and they're going to fire in on my infantry squad over here. So, 5 light machine gun shots and a rifle hitting on 4s. 4, 3. And then 4s take them out for 3. And that'll be 3 up cover saves with the rebel, making them all just the pin. Next die. Next die is Germans as well. Activating the sniper. Who are we shooting?
Same unit.
Same unit. Okay. This will be a 4 to hit. Got it. And then 3 take a man out. Got it. And then no cover saves for sniper fire. So I'll take 1 out and a pin. Germans get the next die. Advancing her lone light machine gun guy there. Firing into my assault engineers. So this will be 6s to hit. For 1.
I will take it.
And then 6, take a man out. Nope, Just a pin. Next, Germans again. Activating her 2 lone grenadier guys. Make an order test. It's an 8, 9, 10. They go down. That sucks. They're pinned down on the road. Next up. Next is Soviets. Alright, let's see what I can do. It's not a whole lot. We are going to fire with my my officer in the building. We got SMGs, and we are in range of her grenadier squad. So we're going to fire into them. 4 shots, hitting on 4s. For 1, and then 4 to take a man out. Got him. You do get a 5 up cover save for going down. 6 will do it. Just a pin, bringing him to 3. Next up, Germans. Panzer IV. Who are we shooting at? Or are we advancing? What are we doing?
I'm trying to decide if I should move him and shoot your infantrymen right here or your tank.
That could work.
Okay.
What are we doing? We'll let you think about it. Alright, she's decided to fire the Panzer IV into my T-34. So, 4 to hit with the howitzer. Hits. And then this is +2 penetration. So it's 6, 7, 8. So it can't penetrate. So let's just go ahead and do pins. This will be D2 pins. For 2 pins on the T-34. That might come in handy.
Hopefully.
Alright. Next die. Soviets. We have my infantry squad here. They're going to fire into that building, try and clear it out. So let's do an order test. 5, 6, 7, 8 with the pins. That'll pass, bringing them down to 1. And we'll count up some dice. Alright, 4 light machine gun shots and 3 rifles, hitting on 5s in the building. For 2 hits. 4s to take them out. Nothing, just a pin. Next die. Next die is Soviets as well. I just have these guys over here, so we're going to advance the the engineers, see if I'm in range of that building. So, order test. Oh, foobar. Always, why is it always me? Okay, let's see what we got. It's a 4. What is it? What is a 4? That is a panic. Okay, so they're going to run away. That might take them off the board, which would be unfortunate. Alright, so they panic and run off and towards the nearest closest board edge. So they're in rubble, which is rough terrain. So they can't run through it. I'm assuming they only go 6 inches. Not to mention they have body armor on. So we're going to have to put them there. Not going to make a difference for the rest of the game anyways. So, with that, I got the next die, which I just advanced my officer forward into the rubble. And then next up is, lastly, is the Tiger Tank, which she's going to shoot at my T-34.
I'm going to try.
With a successful order dice, yes. And that is an 8, 9, 10, plus minus 2, brings it down to an 8. with the commander bonus. That'll pass. And then this will be a 4 to hit with Tiger with the pen. And a 5 does it. And this is a +7 penetration. And a 6 will penetrate. This is definitely full damage. Is there mass damage in this game anymore? Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay.
And that's a 4, which is knocked out. And that T-34 gets taken out by the Tiger for another 2 victory points for the Germans. And then with that, we come to the end of round 6. And then, let's see here. As it stands, she has a total of 4 victory points for taking out both tanks. And then an additional victory point for that objective. And the supply depot bringing it to 6. While I have this objective and this objective for 2 points. And no more anti-tank. So even if we went to another round, there's no way I could get those points back. At max, I could get to 3 victory points if I took that supply depot by some miracle. So with that, I will concede defeat. And that is a German victory. Thanks for watching, guys.